Fathers, they don't go out. They don't go out. So instead of them going to, go to places that you will learn more, you have men like women. We know how to, we know how to dance. When a woman gets to a party, a woman is the first person to stand up and dance. The men will just stay there and just like, well, when I gave birth to him, it was 95% lifeless when they brought him out. Husband and I, when we were in Nigeria, and there was this day I actually said, and I'm going to say it in Yoruba if I'm permitted to. And I said, like when I was talking to the Minister for Children and Youth, and I asked the representative one question. And I said, okay, we know these children, most of them are in high school. After high school, what is life after high school? What plans do you have for them after high school? And she said, you are the first mother to have asked that question.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home, welcome to Aramoda TV. This is an awesome moment. Our guest today is a special person because in Canada, specifically in Ottawa, there is a non-for-profit organization that is doing wonderfully for people, for children, for adults, for Nigerian community and for people across ethnicity, across countries, across race, and across individual background. With me today is the founder of that organization. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself. So you are welcome, ma.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can you tell our viewers at home your name and what you stand for?
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Adenike Adesina. I'm a mom to 3 wonderful boys. I'm a wife. And yes, I'm also privileged to be the founder of Autism Black Lives Enablement, a nonprofit organization that supports individuals, not just children, individuals with autism. We started with autism, but now we're expanding to any form of abilities. I don't like calling it disabilities. So we're open to any form of special need in Canada, but we're located in Ottawa, to be specific.
Thank you, Mrs. Adenike Adesina. Now, let's go to the history of ABLE. When was this established?
Yes, thank you again. ABLE Autism started last year, 2023. The vision came, actually, I've always had invites to churches to talk about my journey with my son with autism. So I've always been going to churches and some other places to talk about my life and my journey with my son. And, I'm also privileged to be, I have an adopted son here in Ottawa. He has autism. So he also gave me the patience more. It made me more patient to relate with people with special need. So looking around the community, I see people of our skin color, and they don't want to talk about it. They don't want people to know they have children on the spectrum. So ABLE Autism actually started last year, April. We launched it officially in April 2023.
So I heard you say that your son, actually, people wanted to know about the story relating to your son. Does it mean you have an autistic child? And was that what inspired you to establish or to put together ABLE?
I would say yes. I have a son with autism. His name is Audenike Adesina. He will be 17 next month. And, when you have a child with special need, it's a struggle, which I can relate with, So it actually made me, I started the organization because of him, because I see people around and I see kids, but most of the immigrants' families, when they come to Canada, they don't know how to maneuver. Let me just use it that way. They don't know how to maneuver the system. So I just said, last year I made bracelets to sell and donate the money to a charity organization that takes care of people with special needs. So when I went to that church to just sell my bracelets, so I was just talking, I said, you know what? I want to bring special need mothers together this year in July. I just want to celebrate them. Because I remember when my son was younger, he had both ADHD and autism. So it was really difficult for us to take him out. Even taking him to church was a challenge then. So we had to, so it was deprived of so many things. So I just said, you know what, I just want to celebrate the parents, I want to celebrate the children. And the pastor of the church said, you know what, just bring your children, just bring your family, any special need family to our church, we'll host them. And, I started calling people, like, do you know anybody? Because I know just 2 or 3. So I started calling people, do you know anybody with special need? Do you want me to talk to them? And they said, oh, yes, in our church we have them. I started getting calls. So by the time we went back to that church to go check the venue, I had to create a small group of 5 beautiful women to just join me and just help in this preparation. It was just an event, a one-day event. It never crossed my mind in starting any organization. I just wanted to celebrate. I just wanted to put smiles on faces of these mothers and the children. And we went to to that church, and one of my team members said, this place is not safe for the kids. Let's get a hall. I'm like, hall? I don't have the money for that. And, before we could say anything, God just put everything together. And the pastor of the church advised that, you know what, you have to register this organization to make it official. I'm like, no, this is not an organization. And he said, yes, you have to register it because you're bringing kids, vulnerable kids, and you have to insure the event. So I said, okay, what are we going to call this organization? Then I started calling people, please give me ideas, because I didn't get any revelation. I didn't get any calling from God to start anything. No, I just wanted to celebrate mothers. So a friend of mine came up with Able. Able wasn't from me. A friend came up with Able. She said, Autism Black Lives. Then we're like, what are we going to put the E? And I said, enablement. So that was how Able was.
Came about.
Yes.
So now, before we go into a couple of things, now, when you discovered that your son had autism, what was your first emotional feeling? How did you feel? And how did the society, within where you discovered this, how did they take it? Or how did they take you, or you and your child?
Well, we had Moboluwaga in Maidstone, United Kingdom. So we moved to Nigeria before he clocked 1. And, my husband and I were trying to, we weren't worried. I think my husband was a little bit worried, because there was no eye contact. And he was actually talking before the age of 1. So we weren't worried as parents, and he's our first child. So we just started noticing, by the time he clocked 1, he stopped talking, because before the age of 1, he was saying Jesus, mommy, water, and stuff like that. But by the time he clocked the 1 year, he stopped talking, and he wouldn't even respond to his name. So we had to register him in a school in Ibadan, and even the teachers, the proprietress was so worried. They started telling us to see some pastors, which is kind of common in Nigeria. So thank God we started seeing some pastors. So by the time he clocked 2 going to 3, my brother called me that he watched a program on TV called Moments with Mo, that the woman brought some mothers, and he was trying to check everything those mothers were saying to what was happening in my son's life. And he said, I think because no eye contact, he won't respond to his name, it doesn't interact. So we had to like take him to a UCH. And that was the saddest day of my life, because everybody wants their first child to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I held my mom's hand and I held my son's hand and we walked to a child and adolescent psychiatry hospital.
So was that being at the psychiatric center, was that what made that day the saddest?
Yes, because I thank God today, but then it wasn't an easy journey, because my mom used to work at the psychiatric hospital. She used to be the secretary of the former medical director of psychiatric hospital in Calabar. So I before, when I was in Polytechnic Ibadan, I used to go to Calabar and I see everything. So taking my own child, my first child, to a psychiatric hospital for a diagnosis, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. So we started all the, assessment and stuff like that. So they gave us the official assessment that he has autism and ADHD. But sincerely, I got a wonderful family. My younger sister was my backbone, my mom, and my in-laws. My mother-in-law, blessed memory, she helped a lot.
How did she and how did other members of your husband's family, how did they take that news?
Well, my husband's family, they weren't really surprised because they have one child in that family that has autism.
So it wasn't new to them.
It wasn't new. The word autism wasn't new to them because they already, the word autism, they know what it is, but for someone like me, I don't think I've ever heard that word, autism. And, my mother-in-law, my husband's family, they are Adventists. For her to go to a Sunday church to just like, there was a time she went to Abuja to visit one of my husband's twin sister, and she brought me an handkerchief. So she said, this is a man too, So place it on his head and tell God what you want.
From the spiritual angle.
Yes. So for my mom, she was always at my house. She's still alive. She's alive. She's always coming, helping. And I will say a very big thank you to her because I had to go to United States in 2014 for a training, and I was heavily pregnant of my last child. So when I got back to Nigeria, I brought out the manual and I showed it to my mom. I said, this is how we're going to help Buluwaga. So we created a room in my house. We called that room Playroom.
Okay.
So I will go first. I trained my mom. I go first into that room, do my own session with him because he had to sit down. He won't sit. Buluwaga would just be pacing around for 1 hour nonstop. Just flipping and screaming and, things like that. So when I get tired, I go out, my mom goes in.
So when you go to that particular room, what kind of play were you people engaged in?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking this is for people out there watching this edition. There are some mothers out there right now probably feeling frustrated, looking for a way forward. So maybe they can learn from your strategies.
Yes, so we call that room Playroom. If autistic children are in another world, they are in their own world, right? And for you to bring your child out of that world into your own world, you have to go into their world, do whatever they are doing, then you gradually pull your child out of that world into your own world. That room is a distraction-free zone, a TV-free zone, a battery-operated toy-free zone. You just have, it's a room that is for you and your child. A child that has ADHD and autism, it's like a time bomb. It's like pouring fuel in a gas. I mean, pouring gas and fire together, putting them together, you know. So you just have to be the water to like quench everything. And that is what that playroom is. So in that playroom, I allow him be, okay, when he's out of that room, if he's screaming or shouting, we caution him. Like, stop, put your hands down. People are looking at you. But in that room, that's his own zone. So when he's screaming, I scream. When he jumps, I jump. When he shouts, I jump, you know. So gradually, he was looking at me like himself. Like, he will look at, sometimes he will look, there was this particular day, he looked at me and like, the look on his face was like, why are you copying me? And, so in that room, that was where I got speech. Because I allowed him do whatever he wanted to do. He would scream, I will jump, I will run, I will roll on the floor. I will, we're just doing it and doing it and doing it. Then gradually started using my words more. Do you want us to change this game? Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be dramatic right now.
Please do.
Oh my goodness. Do you like this thing? It will walk away. Then I had to like buy some plastic toys. I would like to add up before I continue. Autism doesn't come with a manual. It comes with a mom. That's my own slogan. I married the best husband, but I carried Muboluaga, And men, at times they don't want people to see the other side of them. They don't want people to see their emotions. They don't like to be vulnerable outside. So I decided to like put everything on and just do what I had to do as a mom, And we also have a younger one that he has to look after. If I'm in that room, then he has to take care of Boluaga's younger brother. So mothers, this room, you have to be consistent. It's going to be frustrating, it's going to be tiring, but consistency is key. If you're going into that room at 2 p.m., go into that room at 2 p.m. Don't wait till 3. Don't procrastinate. Then, as I was saying, I had to like buy some plastic fruits because I wanted him to start talking. Then there was this particular day I brought out a plastic apple fruit. And I said, Buluaga, say apple, apple. He wasn't saying it, but I won't force him. I didn't force him. I just allowed him. He walked away. I walk after him, doing whatever he's doing. Like if he's bending, I'm bending. If he's rolling, I'm rolling, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love the apple. Yummy, yummy apple. I was using different sentences, but my focus was on that apple. I wanted him to say apple, but he wasn't saying it. It took us maybe 2-3 days. And this particular day, I said, oh my goodness, do you like green apple or you like red apple? Mommy loves green apple. Yummy, I'm going to take a bite. Buluaga, do you want to take a bite? You want to take a bite? Come on, buy the apple. And he said, apple. I'm like, this is it. And he wasn't talking, but he would sing.
Oh, really?
Yes, he sings a lot. He sings Tokpe Alabi. He sings Ayefele. Like, those are Konk Yoruba songs.
So he wasn't talking?
He wasn't talking, but he was singing. If you tell him to say anything, he won't say it. But play Tokpe Alabi, he will sing that track from A to Z.
That time?
Yes. And it was maybe 2 years plus or 3. He would sing. But he wasn't talking. The communication wasn't there. But I wanted to grab him out of that world because it was stuck in his own world. So those songs were the only thing that was giving him comfort. I wanted him to recognize people around him. I wanted him to recognize his environment. Not just be, in his own world. He knows he has a brother, but does he really recognize his brother? Does he know, or he just think, oh, maybe he's just a random person?
Now, for him to recognize his environment, how did you relate with friends? And how were you able to manage your relationship with him and your friends? You know, some people, was it that when you had visitors, you had to move him to his special room?
Sincerely, I don't have friends up till now. I have people that I talk to,
Okay.
but I do not have friends. And same with my husband. My husband is a very quiet person, and he's a very shy person. I won't say he's shy, but he's very quiet. So, like what my husband used to say is, if you have a child with special need, your life won't remain the same. Like, you just have to adjust with the new life you have. Because when Buluwaga was younger, it was difficult for me to mingle. I was just there.
For him?
Yes, I was just, there was nothing interesting. We're just living day by day, just to because it was terrible. They get especially the non-verbals, they get frustrated because they're trying to express themselves and you're not getting it. We became the doctors, we became the nutritionists, we had to cut so many things to fit into his own world. Even diet. We'll go to Babcock, buy bread, wheat bread. Up till this morning, Boluwaga doesn't eat white bread. He only eats wheat bread. Then we stopped giving him white rice. We stopped noodles. We only gave him golden morn.
Are these part of the peculiarities of autistic children, or is this just particularly about
I'll say it's a spectrum. It's wild, but at the same time, it's also a puzzle. If you bring out 4, 5, 6 autistic individuals, there is always something that is, that matches. So there's this, even if it's one, it's either, they flip hands, or if this one is not flipping hands, it will lay toys on the floor. If it's not laying floor, it will flip or rock. So if this one is not doing this one is doing it, or this one is doing this and this and this.
Now, let's come back to ABLE.
Yes.
So, ABLE was established in 2023, April.
Yes.
What was the mission?
Our mission is to help, to support, to especially the immigrants' families. We have, let me say, I started ABLE without even thinking of the side effects of it, But I thank God that I started. But okay, let me go back to your question. Our mission is to support individuals with families, or individuals or families taking care of special needs children. But my major support or focus are the kids. I know parents, some of them are, but parents can easily go to psychologists to talk about their struggles and stuff like that. And what I do tell the parents is, I want these children to do well, even if they're going to get support or respite workers to look out for them later in life. But I want them to thrive in spite of their challenges. I don't want them to be like, this one is useless. There is always an ability in every disability. And my thing is, I don't focus on education. I just want my son to be happy. Whatever talent he has, I'm going to help him to develop it. Nobody prays to die young.
For sure.
But what if something happens? So if we don't lay the foundation, if the foundation is not firm, and God forbid something happens, then that child is going to be, it's not easy. But with God, dedication, perseverance, we can do it.
the point you made that you actually want to help him to develop his talent reminds me of one young man when I was in primary school a few years back. He was physically challenged, but in those days when I was in primary school, we call him the drummer boy. He was so talented in those days that on the streets of Lagos, almost everybody knew him. He played drums very well. He has his handy drum. So with Boluwaga, what kind of talents have you discovered in him, which you are already working on him to develop?
Boluwaga actually showed different kinds of talents, even when he was younger, because, like I said, before he started talking very well, he would sing, and he likes graphics. He builds so many things which we allowed, with negligence, we allowed those things to just slip off like that. But now he still likes music, so he's in a piano class. He's learning to play piano. He told me he wanted to be a model, so I have been calling some modeling schools in Ottawa, but the moment they hear special need, they say, okay, we'll call you back. He likes photography, so we have enrolled him in a photography academy to help him more. So those, like I would say music, I'm still trying to work on the modeling, because Boluwaga is someone that he dresses very neatly. He's someone that won't go outside without his wristwatch. He knows how to match his things. He goes to the gym with my husband. He wants to build himself. So he actually knows what he wants. So then the photography class as well, he's registered with that. Then with God on our side, I enrolled him at Algonquin yesterday. So this is a new thing now. So I registered him yesterday at Algonquin College.
In which program?
Well, I told the supervisor he likes photography. So, and his teacher at the photography class is also a professor at Algonquin College. So at Algonquin College, they have program for people with disabilities. So because he's not accumulating credits in high school, and he will be out of high school next year. So when he's out of high school, we don't know what to do. Like, what is he just going to stay at home and do nothing? So that's why we're trying to say, okay, let's just register him and see if they can allow him.
That's awesome. One of your purposes of establishing ABLE is to celebrate mothers, especially the immigrant mothers. How have you found the level of receptibility from immigrant mothers with regards to this vision?
Well, like we all know, it takes the grace of God to actually win people's heart. Like I was talking to some people today, and they're like, because you have a son with special needs, they should be able to open up to you more. I'm like, no. It takes the grace of God to talk to them. Then there's this thing that even here in Canada, I thought maybe when we left Nigeria, like at least we are in a civilized country, but no, the discrimination is still there. And someone actually said, when we started ABLE last year, someone actually said that governments are giving them money, so they are using these kids to get money from the government for their own purposes. So words like that breaks us, shatter me a lot.
And is that really true?
That's true.
No, I mean...
No, that's not true, because we're not even getting anything.
From the government?
No. We moved to Canada almost 6 years now. My son has been on the wait list for some benefit. Okay, when we registered him at, where we do register them, we've always been declined. For some reason, I don't know. But so the one that they just called us now. We've been on the wait list for 5 years. The only funding that I got was during COVID. And that was one-time funding. And that was $5,000 to get speech for him for a whole year. So speech, we pay $140, $45 in 2022, I think. Yeah, during COVID. And we pay $145 for 1 hour in 1 week. And we do it once a week. So 4 times a month. So we had to pay extra $3,000 out of pocket to pay that. So when I hear people saying that we're using those kids to get, they're not in our shoes. So you can't just judge based on what you see. And same goes to last year when we did back to school donations for special need kids. Someone actually said, "Oh, why are people going there to collect bags? Are they paupers?" I'm like, come on. There is love in giving. We're just giving. We're not saying because they come to take bags from us doesn't make them paupers. And they are lovely bags.
I know you've mentioned 1 or 2 things, but I want you to actually be explicit about the challenges Able has faced in the last 12 months.
Funding. For Able, we have so many things to offer these kids. If photography or modeling schools are not, they don't want to accept special need kids, then we can start our own modeling school. You know, there's this lady in United States, she has Down syndrome, and she's one of the highest paid models. So we can do it. So I'll say funding, awareness. We want people to know more about us. And we're not just waiting on the grants of the government. We're not getting grants yet as an organization, but we're not waiting for the grants from the government alone. $1 will go a long way. $2 will go a long way. We have, we're still talking, we're still begging people to support us. Don't assume that we're getting money. Whatever way you want to support Able, we'll appreciate it.
So right now, Able is not yet accessing government grants or funds, but some of the activities you've been executing are based on personal donations and support from family and friends. So would you want to tell us some of the achievements or some of the things you've done so far in the last 12 months?
Firstly, I want to say a very big thank you to my team, because if not for God and those ladies, I don't know how we would have funded all the activities we've done in the past 12 months, or more than 12 months now. We opened Able officially with a meet and greet with the parents and the children. We were allowed, a Redeemed Church allowed us, I think, I've forgotten the parish, they allowed us. Then I also want to say thank you to some of the churches that have supported us. We have, if I'm allowed to mention names, I want to say a very big thank you to them.
You feel like mentioning them,
Okay.
Feel free, but if you think...
Yeah, I really want to mention names, like One Flock, One Shepherd Ministries. They've been a backbone. Like they've been the pastor and his wife, then some Redeemed churches, they've also supported us. Then CAC, he supported us as well. Then my team, like I said earlier. So in the past 12 months, we opened with a meet and greet with the parents. And after that, we had our first Able family celebration in July last year. It was huge. And, we had to pay for 2 halls, 1 hall for the parents and 1 hall for the children. So we got respite workers, and we had a lot of volunteers to support the kids in their room while the parents. So that event, we had like 150 people that attended, both children and adults. We brought in, someone actually came voluntarily from United States. She's a special education teacher. Then after that, we also had a meet and greet with the moms. My focus, mothers, I don't want to say my focus is, I don't want to say mothers alone, but, mothers, if a woman is happy, the home is happy. So that's why we always have these hangouts with the mothers and we just talk about our lives and stuff like that. And we did back to school. We donated 100 backpacks. The leftover backpacks, we took them to some of our local schools. So we donated to them to give to their special need children. And our Christmas party was massive as well. A very big thank you to our mother radio. And what is this? What are these people called? Toy Mountain. They brought toys. Then another clinic here in Orleans, they brought toys. So it was huge. So after that, this year we've done like 3 events. No, 4. A meet and greet, a mental health talk with the parents, with the moms, again. Parents, but moms came, of course. Then we did autism walk in April. We did awareness walk in April. It was huge as well. And after the walk, the same day, we took the children for poetry classes. So they actually made cups for themselves. So aside that, and we have another event in July, this month.
In most cases, when people talk about children with physical disabilities or physical challenges, erroneously, some people feel mothers are the most concerned, right? And that's why you see mothers at the forefront in such a kind of a welfare arena with the children. Now, in what way do you think fathers can actually come on board, or what do you think fathers should be able to do to bring support to the family where a child or children are autistic?
Well, I think mothers, I think we accept easily than the fathers. Fathers, I think they don't like to show the other side of, their weaknesses. They don't like showing it,
And that's why men don't cry.
That's that. But I do tell my boys it's okay to cry.
Men don't cry.
It's okay to cry because it's better to cry, bring it out, let it out, than to soak it in and, So fathers are trying. We have some fathers that, that are really, 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 really in support of Able, but we have a lot of mothers and we hardly see fathers at our events.
Is it because you didn't send them invite, or is it a matter of choice on the part of some fathers?
Well, if let's assume, okay, I'm going to somewhere and I tell my husband, okay, I'm going to an event, a special need event. It has to come. It will come.
Really?
My husband is supportive. If my husband is not behind me, I will never start Able.
So, on that premise, would it not be a good strategy when you are sending out your invite to invite Mr. and Mrs.?
We don't send invites. We only, we do flyers, we do videos. And I encourage my team also to make videos. We put them on social medias for people to see. Because we have a WhatsApp group for mothers called Supermom. But I can't do men because I'm a woman. I don't want to include men in that group.
Do you have any particular reason for that?
Yeah, there was a time we deliberated on that, but some moms said, you know what, it is better you don't have men so that, some men, they don't know their boundaries, they don't want people flirting with other people's wives. So that was why they said, let's just keep the men out of this group. So if there is any event coming up, then the women can talk to their husband about it.
Okay, that sounds interesting. But I'm just wondering, rather than having super moms forum, why not super parents?
Then I'll handling supermom alone it's a lot. This thing is, I won't lie to you, it's depressing. It is depressing. Like I said, I started Able without thinking twice. I told myself I'm not regretting it, but I'm a very quiet person. I like my life. I like my home. Like I can be in this house for days without going out. I hardly go to people's houses. But Able exposed me. And, at times I had to like call and call. Last year, I had to see psychologists twice because I was draining mentally. Because we have a mom, she has 3 children. All of those boys are on the spectrum. And, hearing people's stories. I'm not the kind of person that listens and get it out from here. It goes straight in my heart. And that was why I told my adopted son's mom, I said, if you don't say enough, I'm going to be in this boy's life till he get married or like till Jesus comes. That is me. So starting Able is not easy. Starting Able is not easy at all. I've lost some precious relationships. Relationships that I hold so dear to my heart.
Because of the management of Able?
No, maybe the starting of Able.
Okay.
I lost a very precious relationship. And, last year when I was praying about it, I think after Able started and I was just overwhelmed. There was this particular day I was just crying. I was just overwhelmed, because I wanted to hold on to that relationship and not let go. But I can't let go of Able, right? And the Holy Spirit told me that you lost one precious relationship, right? I know you love this person. You can't let go, but I gave you over 50 mothers. I gave you 50 relationships.
So that statement is quite striking. Now, you started with a handful of people April 2023. We are in July 2024. Are you saying you have more than 50 autistic parents that have joined this organization?
Yes. On the Supermom group, as of today, we have 50, I think 54, 55. And I had to call some people. I intentionally stopped calling people because I want my team to be firm, to actually have, I know maybe God gave me the vision, but I want them to also have the vision and be able to speak when I'm not there.
Now, let's talk about your team.
Yes.
Who are these people?
Oh, my.
And what do they do?
Oh, my team. I have 7 beautiful women, strong moms. Adenike Adesina, JK International. I have Kemi Oke. I have Simisola Bolaji. Simisola Bolaji is so precious to me because she's a young widow. She's doing well. She's a nurse. I have Adenike Adesina. She's also a super mom. Simisola is also a super mom. I have Ngozi Oluobadino. She's also a super mom. I have, we just added another lady, Bami. 7 of us.
7 of you. And you all work together cohesively?
Yes, we do. Adenike Adesina is the secretary of the organization, and Adenike is the finance director of the organization. So I don't take decisions. I actually allow them take the decision.
Or where do you see Able in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, if Jesus tarries, I see Able starting its own modeling school. I see Able more advanced. I see Able babies more independent. And I see more people joining this train, because Able Autism is more than what one person can do. And I also want collaboration from other organizations.
One of your purposes is to help individuals, families living with children with physical challenges or any kind of disability. That's great. Is this limited to African immigrants, or it's open to immigrants in Canada?
I won't say it's open, because we still have to like put so many things in place. Like I said earlier, Able Autism is more than Adenike Adesina. Because if it's open to it's not as if we would deprive them if they come for our events. It's actually open for everybody. But there was a time I had to babysit for one of my special babies. I told the parents, you know what, just go. Bring him. And we go to homes, we go to people's houses to go support, you know. So it's not like we're just, oh yes, they're just doing parties. No, we work behind the scene in making sure that, you know, families get their own me time. Marriages are breaking, homes are breaking. So we've become the counselor, you know, the marriage counselor, the teacher, the this, the that for families, not just Able Autism. So we're now like psychotherapists for both husbands and wives.
What efforts have you guys made with regards to partnership with other organizations, or collaboration with organizations or agencies or government agencies?
Well, we had a collaboration with Pesboards. She's located in Toronto. We had a collaboration in April, and we've always been saying it. I think in Ottawa, where we are, I don't know if we've tried to reach out to some organizations. I think it's because Able is still a baby organization, so maybe they're taking their time to see how we can manage the organization, you know. So maybe that is what is still limiting us. But we are open to collaboration. We're open to partnership. Like Coca-Cola partnered with us last year, and they are partnering with us this year, and they are willing to partner with us in as much as we knock on their doors. They're willing to open it.
What kind of support will you suggest or will you request? I want you to throw that to audience, and then maybe people can reach out to you and let them know how they can get in touch with you.
I would say we need financial support. We need financial support we have so many projects. We have projects, we have events. So we've divided our activities into two. We have projects, we have events. So the events are the ones we do like subsequently, maybe the one coming this month, July 20th. But the project we have is starting our own modeling career, starting musical school for these kids. We want to monitor them, we want to pick the talents, even if there is always talent in everybody's life. But if there is no talent, we want to help them develop or build talent out of these children. You know, so we have plans to get music, we have plans to get photography, we have plans to do the modeling, whatever area of interest of each child, Able Autism is ready to support.
So if you are planning to start a modeling school or a music training session for these autistic children, my assumption at this point is that you are not only looking for monetary support. If there are volunteers out there, maybe somebody that can train them in music, or anyone given that knowledge and skills in terms of engaging them to develop the skills relating to becoming good models. Those people, I believe, they will be good aunts
Yes,
to reach out to you.
You're right, sir. But consistency is key.
Okay.
Whoever is willing, because special need kids, they're kind of, once they're used to you, they want to see your face often. And I'm not going to talk for every other person, but at least for my son, he knows every Mondays and Wednesdays he's meeting with his music teacher. If anything changes, you're throwing him out of his schedule, or if he sees a different face. So it's just going to be like, so it's going to take him a while to adjust. So that's why I'm concerned about, except if someone is willing that, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to help you for 5 months. We know that the 5 months is consistent.
So what is the best means people can actually reach out to you?
We're on Instagram, Able Autism. We are on Facebook, Able Autism, LinkedIn, Able Autism. And my phone number is 819-291-0184, 819-291-0184.
Okay, now, still talking about Able, what are your next plans for the remaining months in this year?
Yeah, so we employed 2 summer students. So we have lots of activities. We are taking the kids to museum. We're taking them to the zoo. We plan having a picnic with the kids. So it's going to be like a potluck. So parents
on the same day?
No. We have from now till September. Till school resumes in September. We have like 4 activities to create for the kids.
And how are you financially supporting this event?
Yes, we need support. We need help. So if God touches your heart to support us, please support the organization. It's summer. Most of these kids are just at home, while others are like, I took my children out this morning and I saw lots of children at the park playing. And I look around, I don't think I see any special need child. So maybe the families are just home. They don't want to go out. We also had an event last year. An organization sponsored us. There is one of my super moms. She has never attended our event because she's always scared of taking the child out. So I encouraged her to come. I said, don't worry, come, I will support. And when she came with her child, we're just running and running and running. And like the boy is a runner. And for over 1 hour, we couldn't sit, myself and the mom. We couldn't sit. So kids like that, they need to go out often. It's because they are caged and they need fresh air. They need to come out. So that's why we're making arrangement this summer, specially created for the special need children.
Okay, let's talk about the kind of movement to restrictions within the family where an autistic child has been identified. It's obvious that most African parents, the moment they discover that one of their children or their child is autistic, they put a kind of restriction on their movement. What kind of advice will you give to these people?
Well, I've been in that situation before, and I will tell them to not let the situation they find themselves now limit them of enjoying life. Because I found it so hard to go out because the look people will give you wasn't fun. So I would advise them, mingle talk to people that you guys are in the same situation. Connect with families that understands your situation. You don't have to have too many friends. I'm not saying you shouldn't have friends, but you don't have to have too many friends. Have a circle of one friend that is willing to support you and have your back. It is enough for you. When you have one true friend, it's better than having 100 fake friends. You know.
Now, you just mentioned that people in that kind of situation should mingle with parents or families who are actually experiencing similar situation. I may want to say that I'm going to differ a little bit. You know, should people care so much about what people will say about your situation? No. We are different individuals. I believe you should care about yourself, about your happiness. Trust me, no one gives you the accurate measurement of happiness you deserve. Your happiness lies within you. If you are happy, nobody can make you feel sad. So I would rather suggest let people go out, mingle with everyone, let people talk. People always talk. Whether you stay indoor, whether you go outdoor, people always talk. I don't know if that resonates with you.
Sir, I understand you, but when you have a child with special need, it's another ballgame. It is, we had a meet and greet late last year. I think that was the last one we did last year with the parents. And, you know, I think we were 15 or 20 mothers, and we're just talking about our journeys and hearing their stories. I'm like, this is the kind of friend I want. Because if I share my pains with you, you won't say it out. There is always a best friend to someone, to your best friend.
Absolutely.
But if I see you as, I'm not saying they shouldn't have friends with others. Yes, you can. But if you have a community of people that really understand your child, if an autistic child comes to this home, I'm not going to be worried because I know how to manage the child. But if I don't have an autistic child and you bring an autistic child to my house and I see the child jumping my couch, jumping my table, I might talk. And there's something about we parents with special need kids. Things get to us easily. So at times, if you're saying something that is not bad, we might take offense in it. Or, you know, get down, why are you jumping? You know, I'm like, why are you screaming at my child? I'm not saying if an autistic child comes to my house and is jumping on my couch, I won't correct that child. I will. But the way I'll correct that child, the mom won't be upset.
Based on your understanding.
Based on the understanding. We have fun. We create fun for ourselves. An organization did, for Mother's Day, there was a mother's spa or something. And some of my super moms were there. It was a big event. There's going to be another event tonight. Ladies Hangout. They're coming.
Now, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but I'm just trying to see when fathers, men, who have these kind of fun opportunities, especially fathers of autistic children and fathers of non-autistic children. So it's as if ladies are taking good care of themselves rather than having everyone together.
Well,
is that something you want to talk about?
Well, I think fathers should enjoy themselves too, because we can't force them. I'm not going to stay indoors because my husband doesn't want to go out.
Create something for us.
For fathers?
Yeah.
No, fathers should create something for themselves. Fathers, see, okay, we have an organization actually that partners with us. family hub. She's big, so she has father's corner, mother's corner as well. And she also organized Father's Day, what is it called? But I don't think fathers, they don't go out. They don't go out. So instead of them going to, go to places that you will learn more, you have men like women, we know how to, we know how to dance. When a woman gets to a party, a woman is the first person to stand up and dance. The men will just stay there and just like,
Trying to feel.
I don't know why you guys are always shy.
Okay, wait. Now, could that be one of the reasons? Okay, this is an hypothetical something. Could that be one of the reasons why women live longer than men?
Maybe, maybe.
So, father out there, this is a clarion call. You see, you want to live long, please go out. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. They should go out. They should enjoy more. They should go out.
Wow. So,
they should organize pool table. All this, what is this sport called? This hockey or
golf.
Golf. Yes, golf. They can just take themselves out. Spa. Men doesn't like going to the spa. They can.
So is spa meant for men too?
Yes.
So what do they do there?
In the water. They will sit in the water and just...
Men.
Sir, it is therapy.
Wow.
It is.
So we'll be looking forward to that announcement from Abel about an event for men.
Okay.
So is that a promise?
Yes, I will. I'll talk to another organization that handles that. But the thing is, how do we drag the special dads to come out, and how do we drag them?
Because if not, they were never invited. Now that you are going to invite them, on behalf of men, you see, men are making this promise on your behalf, right? So on behalf of men, as soon as you give us the invitation, you spread the news, right?
Okay.
Then we'll surely respond.
Okay.
And we'll be very active. Now let's talk about awareness of Able within and outside Ottawa. Now, what are your plans to increase awareness within and outside Ottawa?
Our plans going to schools, going to some religious organizations or religious gatherings, radio stations, TV stations. Last year, we had the privilege of speaking with 4 of our city councillors and 1 MP. But I wrote letters to maybe, if not 20 or a little bit less than 20 city councillors. But because the ABLE's address is in Orleans, so we didn't get responses from them. So I don't know if we can get invited by other places aside Orleans, but we want the radio stations to know more about ABLE. We have a lot to offer with God on our side. I'm a kind of person that I take chances. I just write letters, and I don't. If you respond, yes. If you don't, it's okay. I wrote to Ford, a letter to him.
Dr. Ford?
Yes. So he responded and directed me to Minister for Children and Youth Services. So I had an interview with them earlier this year. So we want to create more awareness. We want people to know about ABLE. That's why we're open to partnership. If there is any organization out there that is willing to support and partner with us, and so that the organization can be known, immigrants can benefit more in this land.
There's a lot of immigrant families out there who are not yet aware of what ABLE is doing, or a few of them who probably are aware but have not been participating. So, do you have any intention of reaching out to this family, and how best are you planning to get in touch with them?
Yes, so I just made list of some African community. I also wrote a letter, yes, to ACAO, African Canadian Association of Ottawa. I wrote another letter to Nigerians in Ottawa. So especially for ACAO, we want to know the offices of other African countries, especially here in Ottawa, like the Somalis, the Kenyans and stuff like that. So if we have access to their president, they can link us to some of these families with special need. Then that's also part of our project before the end of this year, to go to some shelters, drop our flyers also at some African stores, and also drop our flyers with service coordination and DSO, developmental support. Then, we have list of places to drop our flyers, and the more our names, the more our name is on their newsletters, the more awareness we get.
Considering the nature of the services you and your team are rendering to the community, and it's quite unfortunate to know that you've not accessed any government grants or government funding. Do you know some reasons why you've been denied or you've been refused when you applied?
Yes, so we actually applied for a grant last year. We would have gotten it, but I think the mistake, I don't want to put the mistake on the lady that helped us in writing the grant, because I got a call and a meeting with them. So they told me where the mistakes lies, because lot of organizations applied for grants. So they're just looking for the smallest thing to they don't have time to start correcting your mistakes. So that was we had just little mistake, and that grant would have supported us for the next 3 years. It's a huge sum of money, but we learn from our mistakes every day. So, but I just want this year, another thing, it's a baby organization. So they want the organization to run at least for 2-3 years, see how we manage little funds or how we manage the little contribution or donations we get within. And that's why this year I got a very good accountant that is helping us with, all the paperwork and stuff like that. So that is going on. So by God's grace, next year, we should start applying for grants, hopefully.
Now, I put this to you. Do you think ABLE has been well recognized by the city of Ottawa?
No.
What factors do you think has contributed to that?
Awareness.
So when you say awareness, does it mean you've not reached out to the council, or you've not done so much for the city to recognize you, or you've not made so much noise? In what way?
Well, I will say, like when I was talking to the Minister for Children and Youth, and I asked the representative one question, and I said, okay, we know these children, most of them are in high school. After high school, what is life after high school? What plans do you have for them after high school? And she said, you are the first mother to have asked that question. That's why I encourage the supermoms. Adenike Adesina is not going to talk for everybody. We've always had interviews with MPs, and if I have 5 special need parents with me for that meeting, I know it will go a long way. I can't be the voice of everybody. I don't know everybody's problems. I don't know everybody's challenges. I only know of my child. So if this thing is not for the founder of the organization or the team of the organization, it is for the special needs mom as well. So I'll say yes, we need people to talk more about ABLE, say more things because we've done more than we started in a year, and we've done it's a lot. We've done a lot.
Yeah, I understand that you've done a couple of events in the last few months, but I wouldn't want to agree with you totally that you wouldn't be able to speak for other mothers because you are not having similar or the same experience. However, my question on that is this: do you mothers meet regularly to talk about individual experiences, to share stories, and from there, maybe you gather little bits of information so as to be the voice of the voiceless?
Yes, we do. We organize events every other month for moms. But I know this is Canada. We have to work. We need money to pay bills, but these children are also our responsibilities. We organized an event, parental burnout, for the moms. Not just the moms, like for parents, And we actually paid for 2 halls for this event. Because I don't want excuses like, oh, I don't know where to put my child and stuff like that. So we actually had a room for the kids so that the parents can also. But we catered for 50 people. And I think we had 4 special need parents, mothers, 4. And we catered for 50 people. We made food for 50 people.
Wow.
So yes. So that's why I said we're trying. But we can't be everybody's. We can't speak for everybody. So if ABLE is organizing events, or we're organizing workshops, or when you come and you register, it's not just coming for the event. We register because we want to know, fine, we have Supermom group, but not every special need parent are in the Supermom group. Some of them doesn't want to be in the group because they're still in the stage of accepting or still being shy, or they don't want people to know they have children on the spectrum. But if you come for this event and you put your name down, we know, okay, yes, this is a plus, and we can easily reach out to you. Okay, can you come with us for a meeting? That's why I said I can't speak for everybody. Because if I say, oh yeah, every children that are registered with ABLE, they have academic issues. No, not every one of them. We have a child, he's a mathematician, and he has autism. So I'm not going to say no. We can only speak for our children individually. Even if all the Supermoms are not coming, even if they're not, all of them are not coming with us, at least let's have 5, 10. That's why I want to bring the Supermom on board into ABLE Autism, because the Supermom is different from ABLE.
So can you tell us the difference?
ABLE is the organization. Supermom is a group of mothers. ABLE is open to everybody. Like the event we're having now, we're inviting everybody.
Including men.
Including men.
Because I have to talk about men.
Yes,
right now,
including.
The way things are going right now, I want to play a dual role. So the anchor and the host of this session, and at the same time, the representative of men in the community. So.
Yes, including men. And we actually have some strong men in our community. Like those, I call them daddies. Those daddies, they go to our young couples' homes to lecture them on marriages and, the challenges of special need children. Yes. And, and the thing is, we have one of Ngozi Oluobadino. There was a time she got sponsors, I don't know, within their Igbo community or something, and she bought foodstuffs. She took to these mothers' homes just to okay.
Just to make them feel being loved.
And she has her own daughter as well.
So we have daddies who go to young couples' homes and talk to them about how to manage autistic children. I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
So now, thank you, Mrs. Adenike Adesina. One final question for you is, maybe there is a parent there, or there are parents there who is or are saying, oh, this is an interesting thing. I would love to join ABLE. How do I join?
Yes. Our door is open. Like I said, I stopped calling people because of my mental, state last year, but I call people now. You can reach us on 819-291-0184, 2910184. That's my number. And you can also send a message to us on Facebook or Instagram, Able Autism. We're there. Call Able Autism. We will answer you and we'll always welcome you. Our group is a non-judgmental group. It's a welcoming group. It's an understanding group. It's a loving group, spirit-filled group, a group of mothers that are willing to support their children.
That's good. So, any final advice to viewers at home or listeners at home? Any final comments to them?
To mothers like me and also fathers, don't give up. The kid you see today is not whom you're going to see in 5 years' time. Be consistent in whatever you're doing. Be prayerful. Be thankful for what you have. You know, when my son was younger, I used to say, God, why me? Why me? Why did you give me this one? But God gave me Moboluwaga because he knows my strength. You know, and God gave you that child because he knows you are strong. We have superpowers. These children are exceptionally built, created uniquely by God. And in every disability, there is always an ability. Look at the joy. Stop looking at the weaknesses. Look at the joy in that child. And I know that child is going to make you proud. And you will look back in years' time and say, thank you, God, for giving me this child. And before I go, I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. You guys have done excellently well. Coca-Cola Ottawa, we say a very, very big thank you. Aramoda Radio, thank you so much. Damakin, my lovely friend, thank you so much. Food Africana, thank you so much. Who else? Korem, thank you so much, sir. God bless you. We have lots of them. One flock, one shepherd. Thank you so much. Grey Matlock Bakery. Thank you so much. And some churches that have supported us. We say a very big thank you. CAC Church, thank you. Redeemed Christian Church of God, Ottawa in general, we say thank you. My church, Life Center, thank you. My church, the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Faith Chapel Orleans, thank you. God bless you all.
Before I let you go, there is this question I actually reserved till the end. I want you to reflect. Was there a time you cried for having an autistic child? And how did you handle it?
Yes. My elder brother and I, his wife, he had his first child in July, and I had mine in August, you know. And when Buluwaga was younger, still happens off and on, you know. I look at the progress the boy is making. I thank God for him, you know, but at times I look at my son, I'm like, you know, the boy is going to university now. I'm like, well, God, thank you. And I think when life was tough for my husband and I, when we were in Nigeria, and there was this day I actually said, and I'm going to say it in Yoruba if I'm permitted to. And I said, báwo láyé ẹ ṣe rí báyìí náà?
Were you talking to
my son?
To your son?
Yeah. Like, báwo láyé ẹ ṣe rí báyìí náà? You know, and there's one thing that I really, really appreciate. And God.
Did you respond?
No, because he doesn't understand.
So you are just talking to yourself?
I was
talking to yourself.
Maybe. You know, and, you know, I just thank God for the home I'm married into, you know, because my mother-in-law, she before she died, she'll call me, Anike. Anytime I send videos because I will always send videos to her. I will always, Mommy, see what Buluaga did today. Buluaga sings, Buluaga. Or maybe and Buluaga is someone that is always busy. He will get something for you to do. Mommy, let's sing, you know. So anytime we compose, I'll send the video to her. And she's like, Anike, Ushi. Ushi. You know, those words. I took those words for granted when she was alive. You know. And when she died 2 years ago, that was when I started breaking. You know, I couldn't handle her death. Even my husband doesn't understand the bond we had, you know, because she's someone that you call Omogi and she call me Anike. I call her Omogi and she calls me Anike. You know, so when she died, that was when because there was nobody to talk to. I have my mom. My mom is wonderful, but we fight a lot. We fight a lot.
Do you look alike?
No, I look like my dad. You know, but we fight a lot. You know, but mommy, because I can harass my mom, but I can't harass my mother-in-law. You know, so I had lots and lots of sessions with therapists when she died. Because I was shattered.
Because of the close relationship you had.
Yes, I was shattered. Like I don't keep friends. So there was nobody to talk to. I don't keep friends. So, you know, that's why we have to always appreciate ourselves. We have to love more, forgive more, and be thankful for every day.
So you are yet to answer my question. Did you cry? Was that a time you cried?
Lot of
tears.
Or
a time you regretted
having him?
Yeah.
The regret of having him, no, but
you cried.
I cried, yes.
Like how many times?
A lot, almost every time. Like this morning, I still cry. But Nika is someone that my mom called me superwoman, you know, but I'm not, because I try to be there for everybody. I try to have a strong face, you know, but I'm a baby. I'm a baby. And the another time that I cried, that were tears of joy, when he sat he sat on the floor. I was on the couch and he sat on the floor and he held a book and he started reading.
Reading aloud?
Yes. And I cried.
And how long was that?
That was maybe 7 years ago. I cried. And I called my mom, like, I cry a lot. I cry a lot, but crying is just like a therapy. I cry, I get relieved, you know. I just want to just let it out. Just let it out, because if I bottle everything in, then I won't function.
Okay. My last question. What was that one thing, and when was it? What was that one thing you are grateful to God for?
One thing?
For having...
Mugoluaga.
Yeah.
Well, when I gave birth to him, he was 95% lifeless when they brought him out. So...
Sorry, say that again?
He was 95% lifeless when they brought him out. Yes. So I'm grateful to God for having sustained his life. I'm grateful.
That is deep.
Yes. I'm grateful. We would have lost him.
In the United Kingdom?
Yes. So I'm grateful. For that alone, I'm grateful.
Well, viewers at home, I just want to seize this opportunity to thank Mrs. Adenike Adesina the CEO and the founder of Able. I know you must have learned a lot from all that she said. And I know as many of you that are interested, please get out of your cocoon. Reach out to Mrs. Adesina, Adenike. Whether you have autistic child or you don't have, there are lots of activities they've lined up for the remaining months in the year. And I want to tell you that it's been fun. Every event they've organized. I've been a true witness of some of their events, and I want to tell you, you will love to be in the midst of these kids and their parents and other parents in the community. So your geographical location is not a barrier. Whether you live in Ottawa or you live outside Ottawa or you live outside Canada, they can be of help in one way or the other, as long as you let them know your pains, your challenges. As much as they can, they will be available to help. Once again, I want to say a big thanks for watching this edition of In the Moment. Please endeavor to subscribe to Aramuda TV on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Aramuda TV. For now, I want to say a big thank you. Bye for now.